What's going on?
I guarantee it will be chaos. Sometimes I thought, well, I'm not actually doing anything.
دوست دارن نیستیم هوام که خیلی گرمه.
So I've only really done 4 rehearsals.
It's quite a subtle thing, it's a holding something together.
Oh, it's not going to work out. It always works out. It always works out.
So grab the next line, it doesn't matter, anyone grab the next line.
No, do it the very point of it, Mistress Anne Page.
I will marry her upon any reasonable demand.
My philosophy is that each person is unique, individual, and will bring their creativity into the space. So it's noticing with great sensitivity to the small details and what people bring. I'm in a kind of, I suppose it's a creative alertness. I'm looking out all the time and blending together what people are doing. So I sometimes add into that, but I don't have to add into it very much, because when you bring people together, it starts to emerge just as it is. It's all there anyway. So if you can create the right conditions, it's going to happen.
Mary and Richard's approach is very unique. Lots of groups want to work with asylum seekers and refugees, particularly since more refugee sort of issues as headlines. But it's really unique the way they work. They really understand that it's about finding out the needs of the people they're working with and really understanding them as individuals. But Richard and Mary feel very comfortable sort of just hanging out and talking to people as well. So they do a lot of like recruitment just by chatting, and then they'll tell me so-and-so's coming, and I think, oh, I wasn't going to refer them. But they said they've already arranged it.
I just like now almost 2 years for me to be in England, and I really want to integrate and introduce myself to English culture. So it's a great chance to really be one of them and experience the English culture from inside.
So the people that we thought might do it from the last time didn't, apart from Mohsen, he did it last time. And we had Akram and his family, Ali, and we also had an family from Albania. And we had Anita, who isn't a refugee, and she's from Halifax, fantastic character. She came, so that was the group.
King's Troupe have a long history of welcoming people into their community, and I think they've definitely got a lot to teach, to share and to teach people about how you do that successfully.
Not so much air. That's it, less air.
And then we said, right, we're going to start to bring people down, get to know each other. We came into this sitting room, lots and lots of people were here. It was raining. We were going to be outside rehearsing, and that wasn't possible. So our house was too small, and we went along to our neighbour's house. So we all crowded into Jennifer and Mark's kitchen. I think there must have been about 35 of us that day. I wasn't sure what we were going to do at all. I didn't know how we were going to come together, what parts people would have, what people from St Augustine's would think or want to do or be able to do, or what they'd be thinking. So when we all went into the kitchen, I inwardly thought, I don't know what to do. And it was very loud and there was a lot of noise and we were crammed in the kitchen. And then the Albanian family suddenly said, oh, we can do an Albanian dance. So I thought, there we are, there it is. And we formed a circle. A circle is a very unifying structure. So that felt transformative.
I think it's been about 4 years since I joined the group, and I was pretty new to drama when I did it. So I more or less took things as they came, because I had a little bit of experience elsewhere, but not much. It seems to me that the group is run on a way which is very different to anything I've come across any other drama group running, and there might be others that run like this, but it's not really so much about the finished product. It's about the process of the group interacting on their way to doing that, and more the journey.
Nancy, tell me how long you've been with King's Troupe?
About 9 years.
9 years. And what parts have you played? Can you remember?
All of the parts.
All of the parts, yeah. Do you learn all of them?
Yeah.
Can you tell me what you like about King's Troupe?
I like how you get to act and kind of do what you want and run around screaming.
There's many things going on at once, and obviously I can't, see everything that's going on. But if I can remain, it's a bit like meditation. If you can widen your awareness and allow what's happening to happen, then you can, as I said, respond more quickly, intuitively.
Mary is the most open person I have met in my life, and that is without exception. I mean, I literally cannot think of anyone else that is even her equal in terms of her being open. Richard would be, I think, more inclined to provide a bit of structure and discipline to it, so it's looking a little bit more polished. But Mary just enjoys the process.
The rehearsals were going well.
The plague of Greece upon thee, though mongrel beef with the Lord.
That's better. One more time and louder.
We'd always have food. We always had food. And we'd always have music as well. So we'd have drums and people could make sound. We then had some people dropping out. So people were giving parts away and changing as well. So some of it would be something different. Oh, and then the main part, she dropped out because she couldn't come to Stratford.
So yeah, in January I did The Artist's Way, which is a 12-week book of self-discovery. And towards the end, one of the questions was, what are your dreams? If you could do anything, dream big. So I wrote down at the top page to play a lead role in Stratford. And 2 weeks later, I came home to a text message from Mary saying, "Hi Nikki, would you like to play a merry wife in Stratford?"
در دریا میباری
today we're at the ground floor project in Hebden, and we've been working with a maker, with Sue Walpole. What we wanted to do was ask her to help us as a professional maker do something we've never done before, which is up the quality and the colourfulness and the impact of a set. And because of our multicultural working and engaging refugees and asylum seekers from St Augustine's, we thought it would be really nice to have a palm tree instead of a great oak tree that was in Windsor Park. And that palm tree is much more, it's symbolic of something more than just an oak in a park. There's something more worldly about it, more multicultural, that opens out what we do.
A bit flat today. I sometimes want to put a rocket up people's bottoms. You can't put that on, can you? And I do get that everybody's not like me, you know, it's like there's not room for loads of flamboyance all the time, but yeah, sometimes I want a bit more flamboyance in the play. And this play is a bit less dramatic than the other plays we've done. It is a little bit slow. Please, you have to scrap all this. You can't put that in. I'll get undrawn and quartered.
There's always tension. I don't think you can't have a creative, organic process without tension. I mean, it's tension even if you're doing it in a very rigid way.
I'm wondering if a bit of fear maybe. For me, I think it's sometimes I overdo stuff when I'm feeling a bit of fear, and I'm just wondering if it's a little bit of uncertainty in people.
This may seem a bit strange, but we're going to have the witches from Macbeth are coming in to make a guest appearance.
So here we are, it's the dress rehearsal, and to make sure we're fully prepared, we're now adding stuff at random during the dress rehearsal. So we'll go into the real thing, not having a clue what we're doing.
And how do you feel? How do you feel about it?
A certain level of resignation, because I think this is normal. And apart from that, hopping mad!
And I think as we get closer to a performance, and anxiety obviously kicks in about, am I going to be okay? What's this going to be like? Does anyone know what it's going to be like? Is anyone in charge of this?
Now, for other people in the group, I think they are a lot more comfortable with chaos than I am. And I would say some are more comfortable with chaos. Some are actually absolute lovers of chaos. And that, I think, that's the strength of the group. It's a frustration, but it's a strength. So if someone wants to see a mixture of order and chaos, I think that's what we got.
And I also hear that people are feeling angry, and that they're feeling angry with each other or angry with me. And I don't tell people they can't be angry. So again, it's a sort of receiving the anger, respecting and listening to what people are feeling. And generally, not generally, always, I've found people come together and find the solutions themselves. We always get excited about going to Stratford. We absolutely love it. I mean, it's such a beautiful place and such an honour to be performing in that space for the Royal Shakespeare Company and have to be invited, selected over the past 6 or 7 years now. So it's a kind of, you know, an institution for us really. We love going down and we get really excited about it.
Let me rise like a bird, like a bird.
Are we there yet? Great card games to keep families sane.
So who stole the cookies from the cookie jar? Who stole the chips from the cookie jar? Couldn't be. Couldn't be. Then who stole the cookies from the cookie jar?
The bus trip down was great because we were all singing. The energy is building and building and building. At one point I was sitting beside Mohsen, and the other half of the journey sitting beside Ali, listening to their stories. So it all started to percolate. This is where the process really comes in, because this way of working is bigger than a play. It's community, isn't it? It's really family. And people have lost their families and have not seen their families for 10, 15 years, 7 years, may never see them again.
43 melons.
43 melons.
And a fly swatter.
And a fly swatter.
Yeah.
Yeah! Rock and roll kick never die.
You think about Shakespeare and the King's Men travelling about the country, they travelled to different places. So it's a bit Shakespearean, isn't it? So we are the travelling troupe, the King's Troupe, and we're travelling to this other village. It happens to be, whatever, 150 miles away. I've got Anita there who's never done it, never ever camped before, never done anything like that. And she's a wonderful actor, you know, she's sharing her stories in the bus.
So are you feeling excited?
Yeah, I was very. I suffer from severe anxiety, so I don't know I've overcome it.
You see?
Oh, cats!
Oh, there's so many.
Cats.
There's so many.
I'm cat mad.
So we arrive at the campsite, and the weather's fantastic. We all come out of the van. Everyone's sort of spills out. Everyone's really excited, and we put these tents up.
Yay!
And the children are just running about and there's wheelbarrows and pushing each other up and down, and the sort of magic continues to build. It's theatrical. And then it gets dark, and we can build a fire. Then we start to get ready with food. So I was writing my PhD, so I had a kind of thing that I was doing where I would write 1,000 words. So I was writing my PhD. Others were looking at their lines with the torches. The excitement is really, really building. It's just wonderful, really wonderful. And then we all have to get up early in the morning.
Just to say that when you say that it's chaos, I think the people who can manage what you're calling chaos probably don't see it as chaos, and that's maybe why they manage it, because they define it perhaps in a more positive way, seeing it as its energy, its potential, it's things that can be used and taken somewhere, rather than a kind of, oh my god, that's so scary.
Today, everything, and my mind outside, everything, I enjoy. Richard, big thanks.
Slightly anxious that I will forget word number 1. Line number 1. Cut!
So just as we're drawing into Stratford, to the home of the RSC, we got a message
The least painful route.
from Michael Corbett, who's the head of the voice and text coach from the RSC, and he says, "Bless you, go rock the ground whereon these sleepers be, all love
Yeah.
Yay, we're here! Woohoo!
So if you could help, if everybody could help get the set over to the stage, that would be brilliant. Okay?
So we drive up in the minibus, we unload, and then we have to get the set on. So I thought everyone's okay, they know what they're doing, they're setting it up, and everyone is very, very, very busy. They don't tend to ask me what to do at that point, or do they?
So that about sums it up. An hour before the play, we don't know who the band are yet.
Yeah, I need to say Romeo, Romeo, where's the remote control? No! Shush!
First performance is a kind of dress rehearsal because it seems it's a week or so since we last did it, and I wasn't at the last rehearsal. But the second performance at 3 o'clock will be a lot better, I'm sure.
Because we don't perform it all the way through very often, I forgot to mention that. Sometimes we've performed and we've only ever rehearsed it all the way through once, or maybe twice. So it's very interesting I never know if we're going to get through. No, I do know we're going to get through it, but how we're going to get through it, I'm not sure.
I'd have a witch's hat that sort of got green hair coming from it. I thought that'd be ace, but I can't find it anywhere.
So it's quite interesting to me to see what it looks like. And to see what people are wearing. I never know what they're going to wear, what they've put on for the performance and what they've brought. It's amazing what people do.
I don't know at what point to come in.
And then we had the musicians at the side. So then I step onto the stage. It's quite a strange feeling, and I speak to the audience and say who we are, and then we've started.
Revenged on
So do you want to sex thy wife?
Why, sir, my wife is not young.
When shall we three meet again? In thunder, lightning, or in rain?
Melancholy, I'm not melancholy. Get you home. Go.
Thou hast some crotchets in thy head.
That first meeting in the kitchen where I thought, I don't know what to do. To this, I felt there was a real sense that we were all together. Well, it changed us from a group coming from St Augustine's. It changed from that to a group of friends coming together. I think people felt they had a place with us, a sense of home, maybe a sense of family, a sense of belonging actually. You know, it's about humanity, isn't it? And there it was in this play on the campsite in our house, that it is possible to do that, and to be willing to live in that way together, I think. So that's probably, I think, really what it's about, and through the power of theatre making.
Thank you.